What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode. Look who we have here. He's back.
I'm back, y'all.
I miss you, fool.
I know, bro. It's been crazy, y'all. I've been kind of all over the place.
Well, that's good. That's why we're here. We're about to learn all about it, honestly. And thank you guys for joining us again. Guess what, bro?
What's
We
up?
have a name.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What is it?
Then the drum roll. I don't know if we get a. All right, y'all. So people have been suggesting this, and I've been really liking it, and our whole team has been liking it, right? I mean, obviously you're in it too, but we are officially called the FIM podcast. I love it.
Damn.
Simple FIM. You know,
And what does that stand for?
that's gonna be coming soon.
Try to figure it out, y'all.
Yeah, it might be a trick. It might not. Who knows? Let us know what you guys think FIM stands for down in the comments. Whoever wins, we're gonna send you a special gift.
Perfect. Sounds good.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. We love you guys. Thank you guys for everyone that has been commenting, has been supporting our podcast project. Honestly, thank you guys. It's something that we really wanted to start up and we were envisioning, and honestly, yeah, we have a lot of more things laid out. But honestly, yeah, just thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this now, shout out to you. And yeah, we're excited about this, I guess. Still.
Yeah. Thank you guys for everything you guys have, all the support you guys have showed us and everything. Like med school is a long journey, and then this has been a long journey, and
Facts.
y'all have made this worth it. Seriously.
Definitely. And even though we're here, it's a Saturday night. We want to do this because we love y'all and we want to do this for you guys. Bro, I haven't caught up with you. And, like you mentioned, you've been all over the place. I've been all over the place. I forgot what day it was earlier today.
Yeah, it's Friday, bro.
It's Friday.
You just said Saturday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday, right? Right? Oh yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah, I just got caught. It's Friday.
Yeah.
You see, I'm all over the place, y'all. Anyways, it's Friday. What have you been up to?
Shit, bro. I mean, I've been studying a lot, but then also we had a few things that came up last week. I don't even know. I don't even remember when it was.
Are you talking about Sacramento?
Yeah, honestly, bro, I don't even know our timeline right now, dude. Like, basically, like, it was kind of a mess, y'all. Like, I went to SF, and then we got hit up to do something out here in LA. So I had to fly back for like a day. And then I had to go up to Sacramento because we had a speaking thing that you guys saw. Like a lot of you guys showed us love in the video we put out there. We basically went to talk to some high schoolers. And that was really cool, y'all. Honestly, really inspirational. But then after that, I took an Uber to SF. And I was there for, I don't know, a couple more days. And then I randomly, like, spontaneously was like, damn, I need to come back to LA, and came back to LA. And then the next day we shot something. We had a deadline coming up. So we did that. And then in between all that, I've been studying a lot. I'm studying for my board exam, as you guys know, the step 1. And that exam is, dude, it's something else, man. Like, it feels inhumane to even take that exam, bro. Like,
Inhumane. Well, bro, I mean, I think, I want to tell you that, I've been kind of just seeing you, from a distance kind of thing, doing your thing. I just want you to know that, like, you're a badass, and you've gotten this far, and honestly, like, when we're in the thick of it and we're like in the middle of it, like it seems like like you said, inhumane or whatever, and whatever other word we can use with that. But just like for anybody out there that might be studying for any hard exam or the MCAT or I mean, we're in the summer now, but I mean, who knows? You might be studying for a hard exam in it. Right now, when we're in the middle of it, it does seem like that, and I just want you to know, bro, that you've gotten this far and you got this, and definitely like you've been putting in the work and I just we're rooting for you, and we all believe in you and you're gonna kill it, bro. So
yeah. Yeah.
Sending you like positive vibes, I guess is what I'm saying, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Nah, man, that means a lot, bro. Honestly, like it's I don't know. I even feel like maybe it's coming off right now, but um, I try to be lively and good mood and stuff, but bro, honestly, man, I've just been so stressed out. Like, um, but yeah, like when we started this, we wanted to share everything, right? Like, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Like, you get your white coat, and that doesn't mean you're oh now I can flash it everywhere and be all badass and stuff. Like, yeah, it does. Sometimes it feels that way, right? Like it's like damn, like I get to wear this, right? But there's a lot that goes behind that, to have that privilege to be able to, wear your white coat, or it's a big privilege to be able to wear a white coat, And I remember like the first time I put my white coat on, I didn't want to put it on. Like I actually waited till our white coat ceremony because it meant that much. Just getting here was so hard. Um, and but it felt so good to finally wear it, you know. Um, but even today to this day, like I still find that as like a huge privilege to be able to wear my white coat and to take care of patients. Um, in like really hard times, like you're dealing with someone's life, someone's health. It's really important. Could be high stakes, but there's a lot that goes behind that. Like, damn, bro. Like, anyways, point is, like, I feel like part of why I wanted to, like, do the whole social media stuff was also to be like transparent as possible, right? Like, and just take you guys through this journey. Um, and what that means is, unfortunately, like, it's not always positive, man. Like, this is hard. This is really damn hard, y'all. Like, but like you said, we've been through this, right? Like we took the MCAT. Like, how was that for you? Like,
Yeah, I mean, there were times where you were like, I felt the same way. You know, you were like, damn, this isn't. I don't see any improvement, or man, this is my life. Like, what the heck am I doing? Or like, I'm putting all this work in it, and I'm not seeing my score go up. Whatever the story may be, like, there was dark times, and I was always told this. Like, there's gonna be that time where you feel like giving up. It's gonna be that time where you're like, damn, I'm not smart enough, or whatever the case may be. You just have to keep pushing through that, and then like, eventually, like, damn, you're gonna freaking get there.
yeah,
And I just kept kind of telling myself that I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna keep trusting the hours. I'm gonna keep trusting the work I'm putting in, and then eventually I'm gonna get over that hill. I didn't even know that was true, but I just kept telling myself that. And yeah, we've been there. Obviously, this is another tough exam. Standing in our way, kind of, so to speak. But I think it's something that we won't be able to overcome.
yeah.
That it's something that yeah we won't. We'd be able to do.
And it's like because we have been through it, because I have been through, like the MCAT and other times that felt like this. I feel like that's what holds me together. Is like I don't like while you're going through it, man. It feels like the world is just like on flames, like in flames and stuff. Like, but for some reason, everything works out. You know, I don't know how. And when you're going through it, it doesn't seem that way, but it just happens, y'all. Like, it just happens, And I know, even though right now it's horrible, whatever. Like, this is probably the worst time of med school. I can't even. Damn, like I thought it was clerkships, man. Like clerkships was so hard, but this has me second guessing that. Like this is insane. But like you said, I know. Like I just know that it will get better. I know that I'll get through this. Like somehow, one way or another, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, you saying that, I mean, and it puts me to think because I've actually been I haven't exactly started studying for the step one, and I think when I do, I'm a person where when I do like just get into that zone, I completely lock in, and honestly, like, um, I don't even talk about it. Like it's something that I just kind of keep to myself, and I'm just like, all right, boom, this is what I'm in, and right now I can say like I haven't started that yet, but I am mentally trying to prepare myself for that. I don't think there is a way to like fully mentally prepare yourself for that, but I am, trying to like, all right, and I'm pretty excited to go into this, and to be honest, a part of what I have been doing and telling myself and reminding myself is like you said, we have that privilege to wear the white coat in the hospitals, and we have the privilege to be called a medical student, and a student doctor in these things. And sometimes, to be honest with you, when I have the white coat and I see my white coat, I feel weird wearing it. Like during clerkships, I even felt awkward wearing it. Like sometimes I'd be like, damn, I don't want to wear my white coat. Like for some reason, I'd be like, I don't want to be seen with my white coat because I don't want people to question if I'm a medical student or not, or like, why is this guy wearing a white coat? Like, what is he? Like I don't know why. Just no one has ever told me that, but me myself, I think that, and I put myself in this mentality where it's like, if you're expected to wear your white coat in clinic, I feel super weird, even though I know I earned it. I deserve to be there, but I felt super weird. And right now, like I've been thinking about all those moments and just reminding myself like how privileged we are to be here right now. I'm super happy and stuff, and I'm like, damn, like, I do want to get to that point where I am wearing that long white coat at some point, and I have that MD behind my name, and people can really, look at me and say, like, damn, he's gonna take care of me, and I'm like, all right, bet, like, this is all worth it. Like, it's gonna suck. It might suck. There might be shitty days, but you know what? On the other side of this uphill, battle or whatever, like, it's gonna be worth it. And I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but I am trying to prepare myself because I know, like, what you're saying, like, damn, I could already see it. Like, it's gonna come for me too.
And I like how you mentioned the mental part.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to put in the work, right? For everything you do, right? Like if you're gonna take an exam that's hard, whatever, you're gonna have to put in the hours. There's no there's no question about it. There's no
Right.
way to get around that.
Yeah.
But like I feel like you have to be like mentally prepared, like super just like I know what's coming and I'm ready for it. Cause like when you start thinking like, oh, like, and catch myself doing this, like, oh, I hate what I'm doing or I hate that I'm studying this. That shit drags me down so much.
Yeah.
Versus like that attitude you had right now, where like, man, I'm excited to have this opportunity to learn again, and to learn all this stuff. Like that makes it so much better, like so much easier to study, like, and it's you might have put in the same amount of hours. Maybe you did a 10-hour day, whatever, and that 10-hour day could be like, wow, like I learned so much, everything went so well, whatever. Like I'm glad I'm learning, becoming a better doctor, whatever. Or it could be like, fuck, like 10 hours went by and there's my whole day. I haven't ate. Like there's two ways to look at it, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to be mentally prepared, and that's true for a lot of things. Like anything that you tackle on in your life, whether you're starting a business, starting something crazy, pursuing whatever dream you may have, like that might seem like impossible or just like something crazy, like too crazy of an idea. Like, man, just be mentally prepared. Like it's not gonna be easy. Like you have to like love the struggle, man. Like you have to like. I wrestled in high school and that was super hard, y'all. Like our conditioning was insane. Um, and I remember like our coach would be like, we'd literally like be like drenched in sweat, like disgusting. There was literally a cloud in our wrestling room from all our sweat, which was really weird. But from all the condensation, um,
The what?
like the condensation, like we sweat so much, all the heat like would dissipate into the
Would
roof.
what? Dissipate?
Yeah,
Okay, hold on. You're getting whoa, whoa, whoa. This vocabulary is getting out of hand
damn.
for me, bro. All right.
There's like,
Condensation and dissipate. All right. You explain that to me?
damn, bro, I don't even know the actual scientific definition of it, but essentially, like when stuff starts evaporating,
Uh-huh.
there's
Yeah. Right.
like umo coming up and stuff,
Uh-huh.
like that, right? Like if you get out of like a steaming shower, like there's
Uh-huh.
like steam coming out, right?
Right.
And that's how our wrestling room looked. But then
Damn.
eventually, our coach wanted to push us so hard to the point where we were able to create like a cloud in our room.
It was almost like the San Francisco cloud.
Yeah, pretty much.
Carl, which people told us what the name of that
Yeah,
fog
it's
is.
Carl. Yeah.
It's Carl the Fog.
I think they
Thank
have an
you guys.
Instagram. I think they have an
Oh,
Instagram.
really?
So
Damn.
shout out to Carl.
Yeah. Shout out Carl the Fog. Yeah. But
uh,
damn, that's insane, bro.
But I remember we would just go through it, man. It was so hard, and I remember our coach being like, "You have to learn to love the grind.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
way you can get through this." And I remember like, it was crazy because like we'd have maybe like 60 students, kids try out for the wrestling team, and then we'd have picture days after like 2 weeks, and then after picture day, it was always like this ongoing thing where like half the team left. Like they would just show up for pictures and then they'd be gone because it's so hard.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But
s-
point is, you
Yeah.
have to love the grind, yo. Like,
Yeah. And yeah, let's keep it real. I mean, I always get this saying mixed up, but like nothing good in life comes easy or something like that. But whatever. I mean, there is some truth to that, right? Like you do have to, I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. Either you see it like, all right, damn, that's such a drag. I gotta fight to get to where I'm at, or I gotta work to get to where I'm at, or I gotta struggle, whatever. Or damn, I have the privilege to put myself through these experiences, learn, and when I get there, I'm gonna be that much better of a person, that much better of whatever it is, you know. So it's how you look at it, you know. And this reminds me of like, you know, when we went to speak to the high school students in Sacramento, right? It was my first time in Sacktown, by the way. Shout out to Sacktown, everybody, anyone out there watching us from Sacktown. Shout out to you. It was hot out there. It
it
was
was super hot.
it was pretty hot, huh? But it was cool seeing the high school students up there and the young homie who told us that, you know, he wants to be an anesthesiologist now, and he's like set on like making sure he works hard to get there, and he believes he can do that, you know. And yes, he definitely will, you know. And we kind of told him after, like, yeah, bro, just keep putting in that work, you know. I mean, we might have not specifically said this, like, and we say this to everybody, like, it might not always be easy. There are going to be hard times. There are going to be tough times where you're going to be very challenged as an individual, you know, in many ways, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, you know, you as in your wrestling, physically, obviously, and stuff like that, mentally too, right? But I'm sure when you were freaking wrestling out there, when you were out there showing off your skills and you were out there like grappling somebody, you felt happy as hell and you were like, hell yeah, whatever the case may be. Same thing goes for us when we're out there in the clinic, seeing a patient, when we're out there in the wherever it may be, like, damn, we're here right now and it feels good.
Yeah, I remember actually, um, it was like one of the best feelings in the world when the match was over and the referee would raise your hand up. And I just like, I felt like, oh man, like I don't know what it was, man. Maybe it was like dopamine or whatever, but man, I felt like high off that. Like
Yeah,
it's not even just like, oh, I won, I feel good. It was like there was so much work that went behind this,
yeah,
you know, to be able to do this, pull this off.
yeah,
And that's kind of how the like med school is, you know. Us getting to
yeah,
wear a white coat and all that stuff. It's like so much went behind that, you know,
yeah,
and that's why we're proud of it, you know.
yeah, yeah. Speaking about, you know, victors and all that, right now we have something going on called the Olympics,
Oh yeah.
you know. And I think you know, I want to start a petition to start something, the full Olympics in there, because I think we'd win a gold medal in
The
that.
full Olympics.
Yeah,
Okay.
full Olympics, full, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it'd be like, all right, y'all, who could, like, you know, like, I don't know, iron your, like, planchar the, you know, the dicky shorts, the long socks, you know, and look all firme and stuff. Like, I think we'd win, bro. You know?
Possibly.
I
I mean,
don't
I don't know
know.
about the planchar thing. I mean, our most viral video, if you guys have seen it, your scrubs, bro.
Yeah, all right, y'all. So I was getting a lot of heat about this. Our most viral video about, you know, we're a food with medicine, whatever, whatever. If y'all want to go back and look at that, please actually don't. But my scrubs are arrugados as damn. Like, story behind that, that's crazy. The story behind that is like literally Irvin and I were like tired as heck probably. It was like 9 p.m. It was like clerkships. We were in clerkships. I was tired as hell. I sure remember that. I was tired. And I just pulled up on Irvin, and I had already switched into like my like just comfortable clothes. I had been out of the hospital. Bro, I just took my scrubs off and I just threw them in my backpack. Like literally like, you know, like what's the word? Like scrunched, crumbled up.
You're like
whatever.
the kids like at school who would just throw all their homework in the bag.
Yeah, exactly. I was just
Yeah.
like threw it in there, and then we got here, and then Irvin was in his scrubs, and he's like, "Hey, fool, like, where your scrubs at, fool?" I'm like, "Oh, you're right, fool. Like, damn, let me pull them out." And I pulled them out, and they were all raggedy and stuff. I'm sorry, bro.
No, I mean, honestly, I loved it. I remember like,
It's the go to the reels, the reel page, yeah, and then wait, it's not pinned. Oh well,
oh really? Oh yeah, yeah, it's on the real one.
yeah. I don't know why it's showing up pinned on the reels.
Oh what? Is it? It's not pinned on either of them.
I know for sure it is on the reels
Yeah.
page, but I guess on the computer it's like a little different.
Anyways, I like that, bro. I liked
I
it.
kind of after liked it
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
I fuck with it hella honestly, cause um, it just shows how it is. You know, that's
yeah.
just
It
how it
showed the
is, man.
reality
Like,
of it.
man,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
didn't. Man, when you're waking up at like 5 a.m. to go to the hospital, you're not gonna planchar that thing. Like, you're not gonna
Facts.
do that. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I don't. I'm not even gonna pretend like I do. Like, I get up, man.
I mean, it depends how bad it is, bro. I might.
I guess when I had clinic days, like I would be more presentable, I
True, true.
guess. Like family medicine or whatever. But surgery, man, I was just like,
Yeah, I was
whatever.
like, I mean, the good thing is in the hospitals we can get like scrubs. The scrub
Hmm.
machine. So pretty much, I was used to doing that because what I would do is you take them off, right, and then the next morning you could just throw them in the machine and you get a new pair.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's why I wasn't tripping. Like I wasn't worried about having them raggedy because they'll come out of the machine all like planchados.
Yeah.
But that night I slept on it.
And I think that's an interesting thing to know about too, because I didn't really know about that coming into med school. But pretty much, like, you don't necessarily need to take your scrub home and wash them, right? Like, you literally, there's a machine. You literally go there and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get my new scrubs for today, and then you change. And we get two, right? Like, we get two.
As
So,
medical students,
mhm.
yeah, I think we get to. I mean, it might be different in different medical schools and hospitals out there,
Yeah.
but there's a scrub machine, and that shit tripped me out when I first saw it. I was like, "How does this work?" Like
Hmm.
someone told me about, "Oh, there's a scrub machine. Like just get scrubs from the scrub machine." I was like, "What the heck are you talking about?" But yeah, you
Yeah.
should have scrubs on the scrub machine, like credits. I think
Yeah.
it was at Cedars. It was my second rotation when I figured that out, and uh, damn, I don't know if I should say the hospital. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Anyways, like yeah, I saw the machine in one of the rooms and I was like, is this how you use it? And I was literally by myself in that room and I was like trying to figure out, like I tapped my badge and all this, picked the thing, freaking scrubs came out, bro. I was amazed. I was happy. It was like one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Scrubs? Like, heck yeah. And
Like,
then
you don't have to do laundry.
yeah, I was literally so I didn't it saved a lot of time.
Hmm.
It saves time, and I think that's kind of the
Yeah.
idea. Well, I mean, other than that, I mean, we got to wear scrubs all the time in the hospital
Yeah.
anyway. So I think,
I think also so you don't take. I mean,
yeah,
sometimes you don't know what can get on you, you know. So like making sure you don't take that home with you or whatever. Damn, this is kind of. I'm gonna give you guys a story. When I was on plastic surgery,
uh huh.
I was working with a surgeon, and there's like little boot things that you can put on your feet,
Oh yeah, yeah,
right, to cover it up.
right.
And he was like, "Yo, you know what? I always put the boot thing on because not everyone does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
sometimes I didn't.
yeah, correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but then eventually I started making it a habit
Uh huh.
because after what this dude told me, I was like, no, I have to.
Okay.
But pretty much, he said, and then he used to take his same shoes home. He said one day, he went to work. He's a surgeon, whatever. Came home, and then he saw his cat like chewing on something. He's like, "What the heck is this cat doing?" And he goes over there, and the cat is literally chewing on like a piece of meat, like tissue from like a patient. And he's like, "Oh hell no!" So after that, he was like, he has a pair of shoes that he leaves at the hospital,
Yeah,
and then he wears the boot things.
which makes sense now because I in the locker room I always see hella shoes everywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah,
makes sense.
I think the attendants like get their own locker and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or and residents. I
Hmm.
mean, we probably don't, but
So after that, man, I started being hella like self-conscious, bro. Like I was just like, I was like, man, like I gotta put the boot thing on. Like I can't walk in. I had like a specific pair of shoes that I was like, man, like I'm not walking inside my house with this shit. Like,
that's
yeah,
damn. I'm kind of embarrassed to tell my story now because So for surgery rotation, I bought Hoka's, right? Like there's some supposed to be like comfortable shoes to run in, stand in. And for my first rotation, which was neurosurgery, there was a lot of spine surgeries and stuff. Not as messy as ortho, because I also did ortho, and that's where I started wearing the boot thing more, because those surgeries are a bit more messy. And there's like water flowing and stuff. When you do like a ligament stuff, like they always have water running through the knee, which is kind of crazy, and it's just flowing everywhere. So it's like, but anyways, when I got my Hokas, when I was in the OR, there was blood on the floor and everywhere. Actually, it might have been OB-GYN. I think I'm lying. I don't know. But point
OB-GYN
is,
was bloody.
yeah, there's bloody, right? It was blood everywhere. And I had blood like in the bottom of my shoe. And I almost felt kind of cool. So I couldn't wait to like
Show it off.
Yeah, like show off. You know what I mean? But I guess that was kind of nasty, I guess. I don't know.
So what'd you do? Like walk around
Like
South Central with your blood?
yeah, like it had like like the red bottoms,
Mm-hmm.
like the Louboutins. But in this case, it was actual blood.
Damn.
But the thing was, like, if somebody asked me, like, I was in the OR today, you feel me? Like, I was in the surgery.
Damn, bro, you're gonna have like the choppers looking for you. They're like,
Yeah,
this
like,
dude's
someone
running
stopped
around
me,
with
like, the
bloody
cop.
feet.
Hey, man, what the? I was in the OR, officer. I mean, yeah, I was in the surgery, like life-saving surgery, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, I was wearing the things for the ortho for sure because it was messy and stuff. Yeah, you get all types of stuff on you. Who knows what it is?
Yeah.
So
Yo, were you ever like scared of blood? Like coming into med school?
nah.
Nah, you didn't care?
Mm-mm.
Damn.
I
How
wasn't
come?
even freaked out with the cadaver stuff. You know how when it was like we were introduced to like the anatomy lab and the cadavers and stuff, it kind of did freak me out a bit. Just the idea, that we're actually working on someone that used to live. That's pretty freaky. But I was never freaked out by blood and stuff like that.
Oh man. Did
Were you?
not necessarily.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't I guess I kind of didn't know if I was going to be.
Okay.
So even with the cadavers, like I was nervous. I was
Okay.
like, cause I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna react some way or not. But I'm not like, oh hey, I'm going to. I'm scared of it. But I was just like, I wonder if when I get there, I'm gonna freak out or whatever. But I mean, everything ended up being fine.
Nice. Okay.
Even with the blood too. Like I know there's
Yeah.
people that are like, I could never do medicine because of the blood.
Right.
Hella people say that.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
But I don't think I was worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I guess there was no reason for me to know before the fact, but I guess the idea like never like creeped me out or spooked me out, And then when I was in the OR and all that stuff, because obviously the cadavers they don't have any more blood. These cadavers have been, I forgot what the word is, but like they're like cleaned out and they don't have any blood in it anymore. Like they're just literally just the flesh, the vessels and like the anatomy of the body without any fluids in them. But they do have like there's like preservation fluid, which is a whole different thing, like to conserve the bodies and stuff. But there's no blood and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So I didn't. Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty crazy thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you tell anyone outside of medicine, like, oh yeah, I'm working with dead bodies, like, they might feel like something, right? Like, or they
Yeah.
might think something or be like, whoa, what the heck? Like, that's just not normal, right? I guess like, what were your first thoughts when you went in there?
I think it actually like hit me when there was a body. Obviously we worked on them, but it really really hit me like couple maybe like the second or third time in the anatomy lab when I was looking through the person and I saw they were tatted. They were tatted and then like on one of them I saw like the nails were still like they still had nail polish. And I just stood there really thinking about it like damn, like this yeah, exactly. It humanized the person for me. And bro, I was standing there literally thinking like this was the actual person, and I started like making up his life about like I don't know. It was a trip. It was a trip of a situation for me because those things humanized him for me, and I was just there like almost in shock. Like I don't even think I was paying attention anymore.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like I mess around a lot. Like I say jokes about a lot of things, but I feel like when it comes to the cadavers, like I feel like I was very respectful about it. I mean, and
for
to this
sure.
day, I feel like
absolutely. I'm still yeah.
And it's
Super
because of
thankful.
things like that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes when you're just in there and you're like stressed out and you're like, man, like I'm coming in here to do work. I'm coming in here to study to the cadaver lab after hours or whatever. It's like it might feel like, oh wow, like this is just work or studying. But I feel like things like that, like seeing the nail polish, the tattoos, it's just like, damn, like you said, like this is an actual person who gave up their body for us to study and learn from. So like to
That's
me,
so unselfish, bro.
because
Like,
I don't know if I want someone like digging around my guts and stuff. You know,
yeah,
like
I mean, exactly.
um,
You give up, like, the whole, like, getting buried or getting whatever everybody decides to
exactly.
go through after passing away to just donate your body to get studied on. That's so unselfish, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to everyone who decides to do that. Like, thank y'all, and I'm even considering doing that.
yeah,
But if it is a weird idea, I get what you're saying.
yeah. No, exactly. And like the organ donors, all those people, like um, I have nothing but respect for them, basically. You
Same,
know, because
100%.
of someone making that decision, like I get to study, I get to learn, I get to become a better doctor. Um, so I have nothing for respect but respect. You know?
Yeah, for sure. For me, like the the my most like my favorite part of first year of med school, honestly, was being in the anatomy lab, like learning in the anatomy lab. To be honest, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, being in classroom and stuff, whatever, like the normal stuff, but it was just so different. It was something different that I was like, damn, I'm in med school, and I just loved. Bro, I was in the anatomy lab one time at like 12:30 in the morning. I was
you're
studying
crazy.
all day, and I was like, damn, like, but the thing was, like, I was excited to go in the anatomy lab. I was studying all day, and then I left like anatomy studying for the end, and I was tired, but I was like so excited to go in there that I was like, man, screw it. And I literally drove from South Central to Westwood at like midnight to get in there. Yeah, literally.
Well, that's pretty crazy, bro. What the
I
hell?
know.
How long were you there?
Maybe like 2 hours.
Damn. You know, whenever I would tell my mom, like, you know, I try to explain, like, oh, like, she's like, oh, so what do you do in med school? And I'm like, oh, like, and I would tell her about the cadaver stuff. She's like, she would get all freaked out. She's like,
Yeah,
oh, so
yeah,
you're in a room with a bunch of dead bodies? I'm like, yeah, there's just like laying everywhere.
yeah.
And you're out there at midnight? Damn, you crazy.
I know.
You never got scared?
A couple of times, like, it kind of did spook me out a little bit, just because, like, well, the thing is, remember about our anatomy lab, like, we have like a view, like the outside, so there's like you can see the hills, kind of,
Yeah,
and I mean, it wasn't like light or anything, but it was like all the houses were kind of lit, so
yeah.
it was a nice view outside, and inside, I mean, I'd make sure I had all the lights on and stuff, but sometimes I would be like, damn, I'm really in a like surrounded by like 30 cadavers, and I'm the only one here.
Bro,
But I
you,
play music, I put a
oh,
YouTube. I
for
be
real?
playing music. I be playing like Fuerza Regida or whatever. Radicamos in South Central.
You crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the scariest part would be the hospital. You know, like walking through those hallways, they're sketchy. Have you guys been through? You guys ever go through like a old hospital? Like those hallways are just, I don't know, a little sketch.
Yeah.
No, like
Yeah, I see what you're
especially
saying.
at like midnight.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, like the lights flickering at the
Exactly.
end.
Yeah, that's literally what I imagine right now.
Like you see a figure,
You know what,
La
bro?
Llorona.
I think I saw a ghost once
Why? You
because
for
I
real?
yeah, like in a hospital. Like I think so. I was leaving one day late from clerkships. It was like 10 p.m. and I was walking through the hall. It was by itself, lonely, and then I started talking to someone, but then I looked away and I looked back and they weren't there anymore. So I was like, wait, what the? Like, I don't, I don't
Well,
know.
you're not like messing with me right now, right?
No, like I still think about that to this day.
Wait, bro, you're scaring me,
I
bro.
mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I believe in ghosts and stuff like that. I don't know, but it tripped me out because I was walking through a hall, no one in sight, bro. I was literally like just walking, like, I'm finally going home, whatever. And someone just comes out of nowhere and they ask me something, and I'm like, wait, why is anybody asking me? And I look back and they weren't there anymore.
You didn't see them, or
I did see them, but it was like a couple of seconds, and then I turned like, all right, and then I was like, wait, what? I kind of looked back like I was kind of they weren't there anymore. There was nowhere for them to go. It was a long hallway. So I just sped up like I gotta get out of here.
I'm getting goosebumps, bro. You're scaring me,
I
dog.
don't know, bro. I was just tripping. Maybe there was like a
Damn.
weird exit there or something.
A portal to another
Yeah, who
dimension.
knows exactly, like multiverse or something. But I looked back, bro. There was nobody there, and from my knowledge, like there was no way, there was nowhere for them to go.
Bro, I used to, man, you're bringing you back to my childhood, bro. Because I feel like I used to, there was a point where I was kind of obsessed with like learning about ghosts, but I was
Uh-huh.
always like, you know what place is probably hella haunted? A damn hospital.
Uh huh. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Because imagine, bro, where people die all the time, you know? So, like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't
if
want
there's
to
a
get
place there's going to be ghosts, bro, it's a hospital.
exactly.
Or maybe you were tired, bro.
Huh?
Maybe you were tired.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Like, did I just hallucinate? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was tired. I mean, that day I was probably running on like 4 hours of sleep. Tired, leaving late,
What time would you say it was?
like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
After 4 hours all day, and I was probably tired hallucinating. No, like I probably was. Like I'm now that I'm thinking about, like, damn, was I hallucinating? Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
There's a thing called is it hypnagogic? I don't know how to spell it. Maybe we can get a spell check or something, but
Uh huh.
hypnagogic hallucinations, something like that.
Hypnagogic. I don't know. Is that
Can,
what it?
can we Google
Okay.
that? I think it's hypnagogic, something like that.
Hypnagogic.
We're about to learn something, y'all.
Yeah. Shout out the team behind the cameras, by the way.
Am I saying that right? Hypnagogic?
Hallucinations are vivid experiences that occur. People make fun of me because I say occur.
It's all good.
Occur as a person falls asleep. Bro, maybe I was falling asleep as I was walking through the halls, low key.
Bro, we're gonna start a whole like spooky section of the FIM podcast, y'all. Especially now that October's coming through.
Ooh, I
Bro,
like
that's
it.
crazy. But hypnagogic hallucinations, y'all. This is insane, y'all, because if any of you guys have ever had sleep paralysis, this is kind of the same idea. And it's happened to me before.
Mm-hmm.
When I've been so stressed out and like sleep deprived, bro, I've literally seen demons and stuff. Like dead ass had figures talk to me and stuff. And I wonder, and it was always been when I've been super stressed out, like super stressed out and like just sleep deprived.
Mm-hmm. That
I
what
don't
kind of demons are like
like, oh man, like it's like a dark figure, tall, like like big back, Jack, tattooed from South Central.
oh damn. Was it? Yeah, it wasn't me.
He's like,
fool?
"Where you from? Where you at? That's fucked up. Doing me dirty."
That's funny, bro. Yeah. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably me, bro. My bad.
Anyways, y'all, I mean, I hope whoever's watching this, maybe they're learning something. But these are interesting things, man. Because a lot of it's weird, bro. Like if you look into it, bro, like it's weird because a lot of people report seeing the same things independently. So imagine like you have 1,000 people randomly in the world who are like, I saw this old lady who sat on my chest. Why is everyone seeing the same thing?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a superstitious person, but that's
Yeah, me
weird.
neither. But stuff like that, yeah, exactly. I asked myself, like, this can't be like a coincidence. Like, a lot of people are saying the same thing.
Seres del más allá.
Yeah. Did you ever do La Llorona stuff like in elementary school?
Oh yeah, that was scary.
Bro, I have a story. When I was in elementary school, I also saw like a whatever, like something like a, what is that word?
Figure?
Like
Orb?
it, like it wasn't there. Like it was like it was floating.
Oh, like an orb kind of thing.
No, because it was like a figure. Like it was like a human but floating. in elementary school.
For real?
I kid you not.
Like where?
In Manchester, in my elementary school, Manchester Avenue Elementary School.
Like it was
Shout out
just
Manchester Tigers, but
like it was just
so
floating.
so there was this story like there was like the third floor was haunted. So I just decided to go by myself one day to the bathroom right there. And then bro, like I went in the bathroom and then like I was doing my thing, whatever. And then I came out and then like I saw some shit floating. Like floating as I was like taking like a like a dump. Like I was and something was floating like outside. Like you know how you can see through the crack of
What was
like
your smell?
when you're in the stall? I don't know, fool, but like look, I saw something floating pass by through the crack of the stall. And then I just fucking got up and I looked, there was nobody there. And then but I saw something move like you know when you see the crack? Yeah. But and then there was and it looked like long hair, like white, like a phantom, like Llorona type almost.
Bro, you got me so messed up right now, bro. Like,
Bro,
you're
I'm not
scaring
even.
the hell out of me.
And I just, I didn't. I don't think I wiped. I don't think I wiped, y'all. I left so fast. Yeah.
Damn, bro, we should start like a haunted series or something.
I mean,
Damn, you're scaring the
yeah.
shit out of me, bro.
I mean,
I'm
you
not
probably
even.
see some stuff in Washington too. There's some scary stuff in South Central too. I mean, damn.
Damn. Anyways, you got me scared, bro. Let's
I'm
talk about
sorry. I
medicine or
mean, this is
something.
not a spooky podcast or like a Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood. Halloween. My bad. Halloween. But Halloween is my favorite holiday, by the way.
Same, bro.
I love,
Same.
yeah, exactly. I love the month of October,
Mhm.
besides the fact that it's our birthday month or birth month.
Yeah.
But I just love like the fall and like spooky season.
Yeah. I remember you're the one that put me on Fright Fest or whatever. Or is it
Horror nights?
Horror Nights? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing to do out here. Yeah.
Dude, like
It's
that
pretty
was
fun,
dope. That was
huh?
dope. Yeah, yeah.
Shout out Horror Nights if you want to sponsor the fools, and the whole team out here to pull up. Hey, we'll make a sick vlog out of that.
Yeah, for
After
real.
studying. Yeah, after study sesh, we're hitting Halloween Horror Nights or something. I don't know.
We're gonna debunk the myths.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
But you know what else is scary?
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I do.
What do you think?
Some really scary stuff.
Uh-huh.
Tell us.
Med school interviews.
Yeah.
Med school interviews can be pretty scary and tough, y'all. So med school interview season is coming up. We're in August now, and it's about the time people submitted their AMCAS stuff, all that, and people are doing the waiting game.
That's one of the worst times I feel like.
It's a
But it
crazy,
doesn't have
crazy
to be.
time. It doesn't. So you were telling me, bro, actually, you got one of your first interviews like in early August.
Yeah. Damn. I wish I had the actual date, but it was literally like first week of August, I feel like. And it was
Damn,
actually at
that's really
UCLA.
Was it?
UCLA. I feel like it was August 10th. I want to say it was August 10th was my first medical school interview.
You know what's crazy? I took my MCAT on August 14th.
What the?
Yeah, I submitted my hella late
Yeah.
because it was the pandemic year. I think you like took it right before the pandemic, right?
Oh,
Remember that?
yeah.
And so I was dealing with all the cancellation stuff.
Bro.
So I was finally able to lock in the 14th of August, and because of that, it was all modified. It was like a modified MCAT length.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we're gonna give you guys a 2-week turnaround instead of a scores instead of the month that it was before. So literally, I submitted my app without. Bro, this is how bad it was for me. It was not bad, but like I kind of just risked it because nobody ever applies without an MCAT score, right? That's unheard of. You will never do that. But it was a very odd year. I didn't want to wait. I was studying for the MCAT, so I submitted my MCATs without my MCAT score, and then I took the MCAT, and then I got my score.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it all worked out, but bro, that's stressful.
That was a very weird year. That I mean, and
Yeah.
the whole world, right? Like,
Yeah,
but
the whole world. Yeah,
yeah, specifically for that, like, yeah, you're bringing me back, bro. I forgot about that.
yeah.
I was so lucky, y'all. Like, I took my MCAT. I think it was like a week or two before everything started getting canceled. Like literally a week or two. Like, and man, I was at a point where I felt like I could not do another week of this. So I feel like I got lucky, man. Like I don't know how far yours got pushed back, but I saw people go through it where their MCATs kept getting pushed back and back and back, even though they were ready.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
I mean, I think it all worked out. I mean, so August 10th, I would have definitely not had a Mexico interview. But thankfully, you did. But to be honest, right after that, like what was it, August, September? I started getting interviews in September and stuff, which is like next month. So like, it's
Because you
still
were a sick
soon.
ass fool.
Sick as fool, exactly. I
Yeah.
think I was blessed to have some interviews like September, yeah, October, November, like you know the deal.
Nobody hesitated. They wanted you. They
And
were
that
like,
was
I
a
want this
blessing.
guy here.
Thank you.
That's
I don't know if
crazy.
that's what they thought, but it
It
means a
had
lot
to be,
coming
bro.
from you,
Like,
bro. Yeah.
especially like, um. Anyways, I think the whole thing's like a rolling app, and everyone
Yeah.
says get it in as soon as possible.
Right.
So I mean, it must mean that they really wanted you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and you too, exactly.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it is a very stressful time, right? Like getting ready for the interviews, especially like when it's your first one and all that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, I'm sure we probably have some viewers that are applying to med school this year. Like, if we can give them some advice to prepare for like the interview season, like what should we tell them?
Yeah, I love that you asked that because I feel like there's a lot to it that wasn't really like spoken, right? But when I
Yeah.
got my first interview, I think I had a week or two before it. And just like I study for exams, do practice questions, I started doing practice questions
Hmm.
for interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Because the medical school interview is very interesting. It's not a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
You're not there being like these are my qualifications, blah blah. Here's
Mm-hmm.
my resume. I've done this, and that. No one cares. No one literally cares. Because everyone who's gotten an interview is qualified to be a med student.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Mm-hmm.
qualified. The school has already determined that you are enough to become a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the the thing isn't about you proving yourself worthy. The point is to prove yourself or just show people who you are. Who you are as a person, what your thinking process is like. They give
Exactly.
you specific situations. For example, like we had the MMIs, mock
Mm-hmm.
medical interviews,
Mm-hmm.
and this could literally be your interview.
Mm-hmm.
You walk into a room. Well, ours was all virtual, but let's just say like they put like a sign at the front of the door, and they say, okay, you're a primary care physician, and let me think of something. Do you have a good one?
I mean, I did get questions like it could be something simple. It doesn't even like
Yeah,
it
you're
could
right.
be
You're
like
right.
you have a $10,000 budget to start a project in
True.
a low income community.
Mhm.
How would you go about it?
Exactly. And it
Right?
could even be something like they want to see like what your thinking process is like.
Yeah.
Like I remember specifically having like a question like, oh, you see someone outside of a nightclub or something like stumbling and they get into their car. What do you do? And it's easy to quickly jump to the assumption like, oh, maybe this person is drunk or whatever. I'm gonna call the cops, whatever. Like that is already like showing that you're jumping to conclusion versus and you're making assumptions versus being like, what if this person has like a medical condition? What if they're hurt? What if like they're having a stroke or something and they can't walk right now and they need to get to the hospital? You don't know none of that, and so it's like there's specific strategies to approach these questions. And part of it I remember was just like don't jump to any conclusion. Don't make any assumptions. Like really and always try to gather as much information as possible. Like if they say, okay, let's say they gave me that scenario, my answer would be like something along the lines of like, well, you know what, like in this case, I don't really know what's going on. I recognize that there's multiple things that could be leading to this person stumbling. Maybe they're having, like maybe they have some sort of medical condition. I don't want to make the assumption that they're drinking alcohol. That could be possible. But basically, I would try to assess the situation and try to like gather as much information as possible, try to figure out what's going on, and then from there, then I would decide what to do. So it was kind of like a little structure to all the interview questions, but it's something you have to get used to, you know. And so that's why I did a lot of like practice questions. You can look these up, like literally just.
Facts. You can.
Do you
I did
remember of any?
yeah,
Like,
I did the same thing.
yeah.
There's like a website or something where I went online and then I literally, I don't know, you could just Google like med school interview questions or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but literally, I don't know if someone does this, but there's like
Mm-hmm.
literally a website where it's like common questions asked by X medical school.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go through it and it's like 50 questions literally. And I just go in there reading through them like, oh shit, that's, and it's not to like pre-plan a answer, right? But it's more of to get you an idea of like, all right, what kind of questions are they asking? Like, what should I think about, you know, when they ask you that question? Like, just kind of prep your mind and say, but you know, you definitely don't want to rehearse an answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's really important, y'all. Like, do not rehearse answers, like he said. Like
Yeah.
that's so obvious. You know, when you come in here and you're like sound monotone and you have this answer ready, like you said, the point is just getting used to the structure and getting used to like a strategy to approach any random question that you get thrown at, right? Like that they throw at
Exactly.
you.
So like if, for example, if you know, like you said that scenario, right? Like if I don't know, like 23-year-old male is running out of Las Perlas, stumbling down the stairs, and you know he asks for a hot dog, and then he walks to his car, and then you know for whatever reason he was sitting in his car for 3 hours, and then he starts vomiting and he gets nauseous, and
Yeah.
you know what's going on.
I mean, damn. I mean, before that hot dog, man, who knows? Maybe he was hypoglycemic. Maybe he needed some
Exactly.
energy in him, some sugar, you know? Like, we don't know. Maybe this guy just took some insulin. Maybe he's diabetic. Fuck, maybe there's a lot of fights at Perlas. Maybe he got punched somewhere and he's like, you know, altered.
Food poisoning,
Food
right?
poisoning.
There's certain bacteria that can cause food poisoning a couple hours after eating or
Yeah,
consuming it.
exactly. Like, it could be a lot of things
Exactly. So yeah, exactly. There you go, you guys. I mean, that's how you know
on the spot.
we go about it. You know, and honestly, I mean, um, yeah, I mean, they just want to get to know you, right?
Yeah, they really, that's super important.
Yeah, they
And
just
then
want to get to know who you are.
another thing too, and I think this is really, really, really important for anyone applying to med school who's gonna have interviews, is there's like a handful of questions, and I would look these up, but there's a handful of questions that you can almost guarantee you're gonna be asked. And
Correct. Yeah, I agree with that.
do not rehearse it,
100%.
but damn well like be prepared, damn well practice it, like have an idea of what you're gonna talk about. Because I guarantee you, if you have a medical school interview, you are likely, very highly likely, to be asked, tell me about yourself. And that's probably going to be the first question. And if they ask you that, I mean, that can trip you up, right? Like if you just go up to someone you've never practiced, like, tell me about yourself. You're like, oh, damn, like, what do I say? Like, oh, do you want to know about my story? Or like why I want to go to medical school?
Yeah,
Like, nah, you got to know what you're going to say.
exactly.
Like, don't go in there unprepared for that. Like, definitely prepare for that question. And I think, I don't know if you agree or not, but tell me about yourself does not mean why do you want to become a doctor, right?
Correct. That's a whole separate question
If they're
that
asking
you
you,
would be
hey, tell
asked.
me why you want to go to medical school. So, why do you want to become a doctor? Then answer that. If they ask you, tell me about yourself, then answer that. Tell us about yourself, right? Because they already looked through your whole medical school application. They know all the things you've done. They saw your personal statement. The personal statement's question is literally, why do you want to be a medical student?
Yeah, exactly.
So you already answered it.
Exactly. And then on top of the questions, I would say that you know ahead of time what your like where the interview is at, right? What school it is and all that. You'll have those details. And then this, I mean, especially if you're gonna be there in person or not, you know, if you're gonna go to the city, whatever. Something that I would do a lot, well, I would do for every interview is also like kind of educate myself on the medical school, what city is in, you know, what's nearby, you know, and what programs, clubs exist in the med school, things like that, just so that, just in case I get asked something like that, like I know what I'm talking about more or less. You know, I'm not an expert in the school or anything, but I've at least like looked into the city, looked into the school, what kind of things exist. And also, I mean, if you're getting an interview there and you applied there, I'm assuming it's because you can imagine yourself in that school. So like, I would assume that you'd say like, yeah, you know, I really love your this program. I really love that you guys have this club, and I would love to be a part of that one day. You know, stuff like that. Or you guys are in this city, and man, this city means a lot to me, you know,
Yeah.
Las Perlas or whatever. Like, I means, you know what I mean? I
The
really,
nightlife.
yeah, whatever.
But no, that's really important, y'all. And in a way, you're kind of interviewing the school too. You know,
Exactly.
you're
That
trying to
too.
figure out where
Yeah.
you want to go.
Facts. I
So
like
at the
that.
very end, almost guaranteed, super high yield stuff is they're probably gonna ask you, do you have any questions for me, right? And that can trip you
Please
up,
have some
right?
questions.
Just literally beforehand. Do not put yourself in that situation where you're like, oh damn, like, do I have any questions? Don't do that. Like, just think about it in advance. It could be anything. You could even ask them, like, is there anything that I should know about this school, before deciding or whatever? Or is there anything that you personally think I should know about the school? Or what, even just something like, oh, what is your favorite part about the school?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
something as simple as that. But just do not be like, oh, I don't know. You know,
Please have a question. You know, and at the end of the day, like, you know, just be yourself. You got this. You earned that interview. You are the person that obviously wrote the personal statement. You wrote up your AMCAS application, all of that, the experiences and all that. You wrote it up. You know, make sure you review it. You know, kind of remind yourself, all right, I wrote this. You know, this was my most meaningful. Whatever they might ask you about that. You know, and just know that, you know, like, you earned that spot. You deserve to be there. Be confident. Be proud of yourself. And I think, you know, in the end, like, we all might have a little screw up here and there. Like, I know every interview for me didn't go perfect, you know, but that's okay. Like, you know, just kind of like scratch that and just kind of like just keep going. You know, next question or whatever the case may be.
and also, yeah, like you can't really guess what your interview is gonna be like. Um, so try not to too much. Yeah, have your
Exactly.
little handful of questions that I told you about. You know, have your about yourself question ready. But my first interview at UCLA, bro, like the whole thing was talking about where I grew up and like the work I've done. Like
Mm,
my interviewer was super interested in learning about like the agricultural work that I
nice.
did in Washington. Like she
Wow.
started Googling
Interesting.
it and
Oh,
everything.
wow. Yeah.
And that was like 90% of my interview.
That's really cool. Yeah. You see, and you couldn't prepare for that. Like,
Yeah,
how were you gonna know that that was gonna be the talk?
exactly. And I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, I was like, this is the easiest interview in my life, bro. I didn't feel
Yeah.
interviewed. I felt like I was just having a conversation with someone.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I got in, like that was my, that's where I'm at right now, UCLA. And I'm like, damn, I didn't
Let's
see.
go.
And I think that's so important, y'all, when you guys go in there to your interviews, like I said earlier, they're not trying to figure out whether you're capable of becoming a medical student or becoming a doctor. Just want to see who you are, right? Like no one wants to be around someone who's unpleasant to work with, like no one does.
Facts. Facts.
It just throws everyone off. Um, so no one wants that. They just want to see who you are as a person, right? Like, and don't go in there trying to flex on like, oh, I did this, X, Y, Z, bro. Everyone did X, Y, and Z. Like everyone who's literally getting an interview is a badass applicant. Most of them have excelled in school, have performed at the top of their classes, performed, did really well on a really hard exam, the MCAT, and had really good extracurriculars. Like you're not gonna impress anyone basically, unless you did something insane, like insane. Like you're likely not gonna really impress someone that much.
Right.
Your
Yeah.
personality
It's
will.
about exactly who you are. So yes, good luck to everybody getting interviews out there, and you know, if you'll have them eventually. You know, wishing you guys the best in this interview season and application season in general. We do have some fools starting med school real soon, or if they haven't started already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for back to school stuff and these fools starting up, you know, it reminds me of when I used to go back to school shoe shopping at WSS in the hood. Shout out WSS. You know, if you want to sponsor us, hey, we're more than happy to partner with WSS. You know,
Shout out WSS.
exactly. Cool shop in the hood. You know, get your shoes, your backpack, and whatever. You know.
You're the first one that took me there. Or my first time going there was when you took me. Before
Oh,
the gym, you were looking for a hat.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
You were like, "What is this, huh?"
yeah,
And I was like, "Oh, bro, it's called Warehouse Shoe Sale, whatever, WSS."
yeah.
And Like I pretty much grew up going to these and stuff.
I had seen it before. Like before I came to med school,
Uh-huh.
I came to visit LA to scope it out, you know, to see how it's like. Um, and there was this taco spot in front of a WSS store.
Oh, I see.
It was a, and I just kept going there. It was bomb.
But you kept seeing the WSS.
Yeah,
You were
and I
like,
was just curious because it said like it had hella shoes, it had like Jordan signs
yeah,
and
all those logos
Nikes and stuff.
outside. Yeah,
And I
bro.
was like, damn, I need to go in there. Like they probably have a lot of cool ass stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure all the homies right here went to WSS too, huh?
They're like,
Exactly.
nah.
That was the place. I mean, because I used to
Yeah.
get the coupons in the mail.
Oh
It was
yeah.
like, yeah, exactly, with the school ID, bro.
Oh,
They're
for
showing
real?
hella love for back to school. Yeah, WSS.
Damn,
I used to
okay.
get my fresh kicks
That's
right
dope.
there. So, anyways, shout out WSS. Hey, look, 40% off right now, but we're not. They're not sponsoring the video, but shout out WSS. We rock with y'all. You know, hopefully we can make a partnership happen or something. I don't know. We
Yeah.
rock with y'all, man. For the kids, for the kids. You know. Any advice for the fool starting med school, bro?
For the food starting medical school. Huh. I feel like there's a lot I could say, and that's why I'm thinking about it. But I'm trying to picture myself as, you know, me coming in and me now and seeing maybe if there's anything I would do differently. Uh, medical school is have fun for sure. Like you have to find a way to enjoy it. When I got here, yeah, like I didn't grow up in LA, so I was like, I'm a type of person that I need to know my environment. Like I need to know where things are. Like I don't like relying on Google Maps. And wherever I used to live, like I never used Google Maps, like ever. Like I knew where everything was. And when I got here, I was like, man, I gotta do that shit too. Like I gotta know where to go, like how to get to the store without Google Maps. And so I kept driving everywhere. And I like damn near like went through like, you know, not I wouldn't say everywhere in the city because it's huge.
You drove through the whole hood.
I did one of my first times out here. I went to Figueroa
Yeah,
at nighttime.
it's crazy.
Yeah, there was a lot of like activity out there and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I went to East LA. I went to
That's
downtown. I
dope.
went through like
Yeah.
Hollywood areas. I just wanted to be familiar with where I'm living. So that was cool. You know, explore whatever. Like figure out where things are. Get yourself situated. I personally came to medical. I moved to LA about a month before school started because I wanted to kind of know where things are. Like one of the biggest things was I had to scope out a gym. I was like, I need to figure out where I'm gonna work out.
Gym rat.
And so like I was like, let me figure it out. And I started testing different ones out. I'm like, oh, like I like this one, but I don't like this, or this one's too far, or I don't like the parking situation here.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Figure all those things out before I started school. Where am I gonna get my groceries? Where can I try to formulate a routine before I actually get there?
Yeah.
So that was important for me. Another thing too is you've probably heard this, but medical school supposedly everyone says is it's like drinking water out of a fire hose. Which what do you think about that?
I mean, I think there's some truth to that analogy. You know, I think that there is a lot of information and there's like information overload, and there's so much that we're being taught and so much that's being thrown at that there's just no possible way you can really absorb and take in all of it. So, yeah, there's some
Yeah.
truth to it, I guess.
Yeah, I think it definitely can feel that way sometimes, y'all. And
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's not as bad as it sounds. Because if you imagine a water hose and then you drinking out of it, that doesn't sound that pleasant. So I wouldn't exactly say it's the same thing, you know?
yeah, I think it depends. I feel like there's definitely been times in medical school where I was like, "What the like? Does this even fit my brain? Like in the short amount of time that I have to know this as on." So I feel like my advice for that too is that you might feel that way at sometimes. Like there's gonna be times where there's so much information thrown at you that you're like, dang, like, is it even possible for me to know all this? And you just keep feeling like you're screwing up if you don't know it all. But I think the thing you really have to realize is that what you're learning now is what you're going to use. A lot of it's going to be what you're going to need to know years down the road, right? So you don't have to master it now, right? Like, just learn it as best as you can, but you're going to keep learning the same thing over and over and over and
Exactly.
over and over. How many times have you learned about hyperparathyroidism or something like that?
Exactly.
Or, like anything like that, or
Yeah.
diabetes, or,
Yeah.
like malignancies, blood stuff, hemong. Like, these are things that when I first learned them, the first time I was introduced to them, I was like, what the heck? The coagulation cascade. Dude, there's like 100 steps to that thing. And it's just like, what the hell? How am I supposed to ever remember this?
Yeah.
Right? But then it's like, when you first see it and you like, damn, I have to know this like by next week for the exam. But like, nah, like, learn it. You're going to know for that exam, but you're going to forget it. And you have to be okay with that. You're going to forget it. And then later on, it's going to come again and again and again and again and again
Exactly.
and again and again.
Yep.
So, the fire hose, drinking from the fire hose thing, like, just be aware of that, like, just be okay with the fact that you do not have to know everything right now.
That's great advice, bro. I couldn't have said any of that better myself. I think for anybody starting med school right now, congratulations first. I think it definitely feels amazing. It feels surreal to finally be in that position. So after working so freaking hard, right? So just take it day by day. Definitely enjoy it. You're gonna do great things. I think as the more you go into med school, you start adapting more. Don't feel like you're not suitable or whatever. Like the more you learn how to be a med student, I think the easier and better the experience will get. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't have any more to add to that, to be honest.
Shout out to everyone going back to school too.
Shout out
There's the kiddos
everybody,
out there, the high schoolers,
everybody,
college students, elementary.
everyone.
Shout out to the people at
PhD, postdoctoral, any
exactly.
program out there, masters, whatever it is. Shout out to you guys going
Shout
back.
out to the homies going to kindergarten, bro. Like, first day of school ever in your
Daycare.
life. Daycare. Shout out to the homies being born today. Like,
Did you cry the first day you went to kinder? I think I did. The story goes I did, I think.
I don't think I remember my first day of
I
kindergarten.
mean, I don't either, but I was like told like, "Damn, you
Oh,
a
yeah?
crybaby and stuff." Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
it's all right.
Yeah.
Um,
But speaking of which, you talked to some elementary students.
yeah, I
Yeah,
did. It
that
was
was
dope.
cute.
Yeah, I know. They're super awesome.
That was hella cute. I don't know if you guys seen the videos, but if you haven't seen it, check it out. This homie posted it today, August 2nd, Friday.
Yes, correct.
But this dude went to speak. He told me, I didn't even know about this, but he told me about
I
this
forgot about it, bro.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
2 days ago, we linked up to shoot something. And he's like, yo, bro, like, check this out. Like, I talked to some elementary students like the other month, a couple months ago or whatever, and they sent me this. And like these little kids, man, like little kids, like were literally like,
Yeah.
I guess after he talked to them, like they were writing notes like, I want to be like Alexis, like I
Yeah.
want to be a doctor like Alexis or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It was dope, bro. I mean, I I had for thing is like, damn, when I did that, like I did that a couple months ago. 2 months ago, I was so busy, man, and then I just was able to squeeze it into my schedule. I had wanted to be doing that, but then again, I was super nervous about it because talking to like third graders, bro, like you know what I mean, like. But the idea, the teacher reached out. It's like career exploration day or whatever, like every day of the month or like the week, whatever. Like we finally made it work, and I was like, you know what, let's do it. I was nervous as heck. Like how am I even? I don't remember when was the last time I spoke to an elementary student, like like really like trying to like converse with them. But honestly, bro, I came out of that like recharged and I went right back into it. Boom. And I forgot about it, totally forgot about it till we went to speak to the high school students. And then I think, yeah, somehow I remember, like, wait, what the heck? I spoke to elementary school students. Like, that's pretty surreal. I reached out, like, hey, by any chance, like, do you have like pictures or anything like that? Like, I don't know. And yeah, they sent it to me and they did. And I was like, yo, like, just seeing that stuff and like the pictures of the notes and all that, I was like, yo, this is freaking awesome, man.
So how do you speak to elementary students? Like, what did they ask? I'm curious.
Like, one of the questions. I mean, you know, I don't even remember that well, but it was
Because
like,
they're not gonna ask you something like, "Hey, how do I ask for a letter rec or
yeah,
something?" Right? Like, so what are they asking you?
yeah, that's true. I mean, it was like, so how much money do you make? Like, what car? Do you have a cool car? You know, like, do you have a mansion? And like, who have you like what like have you ever touched the heart? You know, things like that. Like, and honestly though, all those were like pretty cool questions, and you just respond to it. I guess I don't know. I was just like, yeah, you know, I don't have a house yet. You know, whatever. Like, oh, I do have a cool car. You know, you can have that too if you become a doctor. You know, I've like touched organs before, like, you know, and it's like, wow, you know, whatever. Like, yeah,
Man, that's cool.
it's.
You know how crazy that impact's gonna be, man. Like,
I hope so. You know, one of the like I try to like, all right, you guys ever heard of like LeBron James or whoever? Like I was like telling them that, and I'm like, well, you know, he's the best at like, you know, basketball, whatever. He's a professional athlete. Well, you can be like, you know, like that's what a doctor is too. With medicine. I don't know. I try to talk to them like you can be, you know, just like what they do, and but you can make an impact, whatever. And I was like, fuck, man, I don't even know what I'm saying makes sense to these kids right now. And but I
yeah,
hope one of them wants to become a doctor one day, or I don't know.
bro, you're gonna see 20 years from now, someone is gonna post a picture in their white coat, and they're gonna post a picture of the note they wrote, and they're gonna
Damn.
say, 20 years ago, I said I want to be a doctor because this dude came and spoke to me.
Yeah,
Now here I am.
that would be crazy,
It's
bro,
gonna take a
man.
while for it to happen, but
Yeah.
bro,
It
like
doesn't
you see
matter,
that
bro. I'm
all
gonna
the
keep
time, you
doing it.
know?
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it, and then hopefully that'd be cool, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Thank you, bro. I
But
appreciate
that's
that.
crazy, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's literally a huge impact you're having in someone's life at such a young age. It's
yeah,
not even like, oh, hey, like it doesn't. It might not even seem like a big deal, but something as small or yeah, as that exposure, it just changes our mind, right? Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to be a doctor, and then you just stick
yeah,
with it. Like you don't even know why, but eventually you're like, wow, I did what I said I was gonna do when I was 5.
yeah. Exactly. No, I mean, kids are, you know, yeah, they take in a lot. They take all of that in. They absorb a lot. They hold on to a lot. You know, and I think you know, like a job like being a teacher is super important. I think arguably it's one of the most important jobs in our country. You know, teaching our future literally.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, shout out to the teacher. You know, if they're watching this, thank you for the opportunity to speak to your students in Colorado. Pretty cool, and you know, I definitely enjoyed that experience. Gonna keep doing it, and yeah, man, I love being in this position and this situation to do things like that.
Awesome.
Thank you, bro. I know we've been going on for a good amount now, so we're gonna wrap this up. But anything else we want to talk about or say or
No, I mean, thank you guys, especially if you made it this far.
yeah
Even if you didn't, even if you, we know that, sometimes you can't make an hour, whatever. So we really appreciate everyone who made it this far, who's been supporting our channel. Like, we welcome any feedback too. Like y'all let us know how I annoyed the hell out of you guys when I was tapping the mic. That's good feedback. Like I'm not hurt by it. Like that just makes it better. Um, and that's what we want, right? Like we want to make this as good as we can. We want to make this as informational or entertaining or whatever you guys choose to want. So please just let us know. Um, Make sure to subscribe as well. Comment. Let us know what's up. And thank you. Seriously, thank you.
thank you guys. Peace out. Foods and medicine, baby.